This episode of Speakers of Eidolon is made possible by our generous patrons, like Chris, Tyronius, Dalamud Papodo, Smooth Sailing, Scry de la Rosa, Ignal the Dragon, Jamie Assur, Elam, Lily Black, Chesha Saltiri, Meili Algran, Cicerifu Lilirifu, Ariel, Courtney, Daimos, Casey Schaefer, and Omegacat Comet. Support the show and become a patron today at patreon.com/SpeakersXIV.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, AORCians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 108. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by... Yes, Pot? Rollo Des?
Hello.
Mela Vanadar.
Hello.
Woo, we did it.
We did it, Reddit.
It's a little dark here, huh? Let me just do this live.
Oh my god.
Are we in the dark? Oh no, are we in the dark timeline?
It's the dark timeline.
Quick, turn the light on.
Cover
Turn the
your
light on.
eyes.
Oh, okay. Oh, good.
The game's terrible. Everything's terrible.
Game's dead. Game's dead.
Everything's
Okay.
Wow.
Now my
Did
printer
you
is...
vacuum up that spider or whatever and throw it away yet?
Oh fuck! No, I just put the vacuum out on the balcony. It's outside now.
Why? Why don't you just throw it away? What is wrong with just...
I don't want to touch it, Rollo, because the spider can come out of it.
So you just abandon your vacuum outside.
Welcome to Speak.
Good evening, everyone.
108. This is September 1st, 2018. With me is Lakeel Bravestone, Rollo Des, and Jans Pot. We'll be talking about Live Letter 46, part 2.
Part of the... You're right. Oh, well...
Part of the 40.
This is Speakers of Eidolon.
Good evening, AORCians. Welcome to Speakers of Eidolon, episode 108. I'm Lakeel Bravestone, and I'm joined today by Jans Pot, Rollo Des, and Mela Vanadar. It is September 1st. Well, it's September. 2018. We are, of course, going to talk about Live Letter 46, which took place yesterday for well, actually just happened a few hours ago for me. So we'll be talking about, that's our main story today. We'll also talk about the and discuss the Q&A with Yoshi P that happened during the 14-hour broadcast, which has now concluded. So we'll of course discuss that. There's some weird questions in there, some weird answers too.
Yeah.
In the post show, we are going to do something weird. Secrets of a Realm is almost ready. It's not completely ready, but there's it's taken some extra time because I might have stumbled across something that requires some extra research. So we're going to discuss that in the post show. So there'll be heavy Galmora discussion going on there.
I'm so excited.
It's happening.
Yeah, so make sure you catch that. So in channel updates then, Secrets of a Realm is slightly delayed, but it should be done for patrons by tomorrow, and should come out, I'm gonna guess, Tuesday or Wednesday for normal peasants, because the podcast comes out on Monday, and we never publish more than one video per day. Right. In quick news, Tales from the Storm has been updated. Chapter 4 of the recent, the fourth anniversary story, I guess, has been released. It's called A Display of Ingenuity, and it's about Sid and Nero, and how they they interacted in their childhood. There's some neat stuff in there. So if you haven't read that, all these stories are really good, by the way. So
They are very good
make
so
sure
far.
you read them. They're yeah, they're very good. So if you're just a little interested in 14's lore, you should definitely read those.
They always come out at this pace. It feels like they're like just firing them out so quickly now.
No, this is
That's
because
fast, isn't it?
there's like once a week now because of the anniversary. This, I think, is the
Oh.
last story to be published.
Okay.
So make sure you go read that. Also, there is a mega mog sale on right now, and it is mega because
It is.
almost everything in the store is 30% off, except optional items released after May 2018, seasonal event emotes, and single pots of dye. Everything else, that includes jump potions and fantasias, are
I worked
30%
out,
off.
I think it was something like £168 to jump all your jobs to level 60. So if you really want to,
There you go.
Yeah.
Today's
Yeah.
the day, maybe.
Hey, get the Fantasia now. Maybe there'll be a new race in the expansion.
Yeah.
Maybe.
yeah.
Make sure to do that before September 24th. There's a pretty long sale too,
Not really
until
long,
September
about 1 month.
24th. So
Almost.
yeah, so that's nice. You can get that expensive mount maybe that you've been looking at and you wouldn't want to buy because it's so expensive.
Who here wailed the most?
Mala.
Yeah, me.
Wow.
Definitely not me. How about
Yeah,
you?
I haven't even gone in there. I'm
I-
terrified of going onto the monk station now.
I don't really buy anything, but you know.
Yeah.
See that bottle of wine at the start of the live letter? I paid for that.
Oh, that was all you.
Yeah. Also, the 4.4 website, preview website, is live now. Not much there yet. There's a preview of the dungeon, Saint Mosian, and the burn.
Interesting pictures, at least.
Yeah. The worm.
Stola's there.
Well, that's story, Rollo.
Oh, was that not?
That was like the
dungeon?
main scenario teaser. We'll talk
okay.
about that when we get to the live letter thing. But if you haven't checked that out already, I don't know what the link is. So it's the links to the preview sites are usually long. Like I would just suggest you go to the Lodestone. There's a link there. Right. Now I mean, we've talked about this before whenever they say this. Last time we celebrated 10 million. And I mean, one thing that's cool is that it is this number. 14 is celebrating the 5-year anniversary, and they reach 14 million, what they say, players.
Players, no, people playing. Yeah, 14 million people playing right now. Right this very second.
So,
It's still an achievement.
Yes.
Still, yeah.
It's people who have at some point been interested in the game at least enough to make an
These
account.
aren't
That's
now.
still an achievement.
I think we
It
need to.
includes free trials and everything.
Yeah, we have to point out that these are accounts and not characters, because I think a lot of people were like, "Oh, those are characters." Because no, the number would be way higher for
It
characters.
would
So
be
you'd
way
mad.
higher, yeah. Only
Um,
RNT, that's 14 million alone.
Yeah. So that does mean that 14 million people have, at some point, registered to 14.
At
Right?
least tried it. Yeah.
At least tried.
Yeah.
So that is an achievement in itself.
Exactly. So well done.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
like,
So there are people that want to downplay this, and there are people that want to upplay this. Let's just. It's a
just
nice
take it what it
achievement.
is.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
just take it for what it is.
congratulations, 14, on that.
I did it.
Yes. We've talked about the music voting thing briefly, and now they've announced the winners. So there's something called recency bias, and
yeah.
I have a feeling the winner of this might be a victim of that, but the winner apparently is Wayward Daughter, the Tsukiyomi theme, which is good. It's a good theme, but
it's all right,
I'm
but
not
it's
sure
fine.
I
Yeah.
agree it's the best in the game.
It's definitely not the best in the game.
I think it's one of my favorites, but I
Yeah,
don't
it's
know if it's
definitely
top
up
one.
there. I enjoy it, but I don't know.
Did we say the name Twisted Sister for Tsukiyomi? Right, that's the first place song.
Oh, it's
I
not.
don't
I don't even know what that was called. Oh,
Is it meant to be joint third, or have they messed up the slide? It's 1, 2, 3, 3, 5.
I
oh,
assume
there's
they
a
tied,
there's a
yeah.
tie. Yeah.
Okay.
So number 2 is Dragon Song, which is a good
I
song.
can see why. It's a main. It's not my favorite of the main songs I've done,
No.
but it's a main song, so I expected them to be up there.
Also,
Yes, I
probably a little bit like nostalgia. Playing.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
these are factors that are going to play into this anyways. On a tie for third place, The Worm's Tail and Rice. And now The
Is that
Worm's
Wor-
Tail, is that...
That's
Shinryu?
Shinryu.
That's Shinryu.
Shinryu deserve that spot, I'd say.
Yeah,
Shinryu's a very
Shinryu
good
is
song.
really good. Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree.
That's
Yeah.
not
And
even-
Rise, I love Rise. Rise.
Rise, which...
That's
wing-
Alexander?
Which fight? For which fight?
That's Creator.
Creator?
Yeah. It's
I think it's Creator, yeah.
Right.
We were
isn't
fighting...
it with
Is
Cruise
it the
Chaser,
last
right?
one? Is it Cruise? Oh,
No,
Cruise
it's Alex Prime, yeah.
Oh, is it? Oh, okay.
I
Oh.
prefer Cruise Chaser, to be honest with
Cruise
you.
Chaser's really good. I'm surprised that wasn't
Mhm.
top 20 at least.
Yeah. Number 5 is Heroes, and I can't remember which theme that is.
That's like the battle
It's
theme
Knights of
or
the
something?
Round?
Oh, is it Knights? No,
It
that's...
says Knights of the Round. Or
Does it?
something.
Oh.
Oh, it's Thornton.
Oh, yeah, it
it's-
is. It is
it's
Thornton.
Thornton.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know about that one. I
Oh,
like
that's
it.
good.
That's awesome.
I like
Thorns
that.
is amazing.
Yeah.
I don't know. I guess I got tired of the choir stuff really quickly in Heaven's Sword. And that was mostly like
Yeah.
fair.
Yeah.
church
The one
choir.
song you expect to be up there isn't, which is interesting. So there's no answers.
No
of any
answers.
version, which is good, I guess.
Because I'm pretty sure we would have
Probably
called
the
bullshit
best.
if Answer was number 1.
Yeah.
Where's Papaya?
Where's
That's a good point.
Papaya?
Where is Papaya?
Where is Papaya?
Where is it?
It's not on the top 5.
Where's the Brute Justice theme, whatever it's called?
Yeah. Why was it?
Metal.
It's one of the greatest things ever.
It's
in this
called
game.
Metal, isn't it?
I can't remember.
Yeah,
But it's
that
very
one.
good. Yeah.
So good.
Yeah, Brute Justice was good.
Yeah.
It was really
Why
fun.
Kiyomi?
It's just recency. I mean, it's a really good song, I would say. So it's stuck with
I
people.
don't know.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. I mean,
That's
it's not like...
Leviathan. That's all I want to know. Leviathan.
So,
They had
let's...
Gordius in there. Gordius music.
Let's move on to the actual live letter. Now, boy oh boy, did it start off with a bang.
I hope
Roll that
somebody
trailer.
does-
Man.
Yeah, let's take a look at the
Last
trailer,
one.
everyone.
Roll that
Okay,
trailer.
here's the trailer.
That trailer was
we
really
have-
good.
That was
I think we have some
wow.
technical difficulties.
Mm.
Roll that.
Okay, here we go.
trailer.
Here's the trailer for patch 4.4. Nope, sorry, no trailer. They didn't make it in time, which is why
Has
a
that
lot of
one ever happened
people...
before?
They managed to make a flower arrangement.
Apparently, their excuse for it is that this live letter is technically taking place a week earlier than it normally would.
Yeah, but they knew long
But they
before.
knew. They had a long time to
It's
plan.
not like they were
right?
like, oh yeah, by the way, it's tomorrow. We need it for tomorrow. No. I find this weird. I don't know why that happened. Especially seeing like there's double like there's 3 layers of bad. There's the we didn't finish it for the live letter. 2, there's been a drought. Now it's gonna suck even more. And 3,
Yeah.
it's the 5-year anniversary 14-hour broadcast, and you can't deliver the trailer.
They really
Yeah,
messed
it's
up with that.
pretty much the worst time to do that. Like,
Yeah.
if it was like a random, if it was like a 4.2 trailer, like I don't think people would have been as, miffed.
But the point 4 so far have like generally been the best one as well. The
Yeah.
turning point of each
That's-
expansion.
Yeah.
that is really true.
So we really need some hype.
Yeah.
We really need some hype around this patch.
Well, I
Yeah.
understand this happens. Like, stuff gets
Yeah.
stuck in the pipeline. It
But they
just-
could have just
Mhm.
delayed the stream by a week if they needed the week. Right?
No, what? No,
Well,
no,
I mean, it was the
uh,
anniversary event, but I
It's
still,
not the anniversary, though.
I would have. Oh yeah, you mean the live letter? I thought you meant the stream. But the live letter, they knew long before. I mean, they have a schedule.
Mhm.
They're not like us. They're not like, oh yeah, we'll do a
Right.
stream tomorrow, and like, oh, I
Yeah.
don't know if I can finish it in time. This is Square Enix. This is a AAA MMO. They have people that work on. I I mean, apparently Soken edits these videos now,
Really?
which
Well,
I-
sound. There's sound.
oh, the
Oh, just-
sound, right?
Okay.
Just the sound
I
editing.
was gonna say.
He was busy. He had the B Cub shirt. You saw that? He was busy.
I don't know.
playing-
But let's not get it. So what I want to say is that the reason why this live letter is probably going to go down as one of the weaker ones is because of that. We didn't get a trailer. Because usually with a trailer, you get a sense of the story, you get a sense of all the other stuff that they don't cover in the live letter, such as
And it's
haircuts
like it's such a unique situation too, because it's an anniversary stream, which are supposed to be the most exciting. It's
Yeah.
like, hey, we're celebrating all this time,
yeah.
you know. It's
And
like,
here
it's
we're
an
looking forward to
extra-
what's coming next, and there's nothing.
Right.
Yeah.
And there's just no ability to speculate because they
Yeah.
always hide things in the trailers, like the new crafted primal weapons or the new whatever. They hide things in, and we can look through it.
Yeah.
Right.
They didn't hide anything; they just showed us stuff.
And then, just to sort of top it off, they announced that the patch won't be out until September 18th, which will make it like that. That means it's a week delayed from what should have
God.
been.
Right.
That's the day after I start classes too. I
That's
just like that. Oh,
Cool.
no.
3 weeks.
Yeah, that actually, I've heard that for a lot of people, it makes the difference of whether they were in school or out of school.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
It makes a big difference for a lot of people, so that kind of sucks. but-
yeah. But oh well. That's the trailer will be out this week, or next.
Jesus.
Whatever that means. So that's that. The stream did, however, start with a little bit of a high. Prior to this live letter, we had been joking about Alphascape being 7 themed. And I have never been more nervous than I
No.
was prior to this live letter, because I was like, oh my god, everything's gonna fall apart.
I had gone through like the whole 7 stages of grieving thing,
Yeah.
you know, where I was like, oh, that's funny.
Yeah.
Oh, now I'm getting angry. Oh, now I'm sad. Now
Yeah.
I've accepted it. And I was like, I went through the whole thing.
It's weird too because I thought we were joking when we were saying that.
Yeah,
I
we
didn't-
were.
Because I always thought that would never happen because they would save it for like a raid in 5.0. That was my
Fucking Mako
sincere
reactor.
guess.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Mako reactor's gonna happen in
It probably will.
Garlemel. God.
Yeah, but
No,
this
it
is
will.
the only raid they can put in things like
Right.
Sephiroth and
They can put
They
stuff
can
on
put
there
in.
with our
They
stuff.
have created a raid where they can just take whatever and put it in, and
Exactly.
it'll be
Kefka.
fine. Yeah.
Well, we kind of need to
The other
talk
dude.
about the whole leaks thing.
We're gonna talk about the leaks, but let's first
Uh-huh.
talk about the first
Okay, the first confirmed
reveal.
one. Yeah.
So the first one was Chaos from Final Fantasy 1.
Chows.
Chows, good old Chows.
Yeah, like
um,
from Sonic.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was thinking. Chowgarden.
The Chaos Emeralds.
The theme for this whole place seems to be I mean, it's Alpha and Omega. It's like it's a divine,
got a beginning and an end feel.
Alpha is the
biblical
beginning, yeah.
theme. And of course the tomestones are Genesis. So I mean, Book of
Right.
Genesis. So this is, and then there's
Interesting, yeah.
been leaks. There's been leaks. So
Yeah,
if you
there
don't want to
have.
hear leaks, you can mute us right now if you don't want to get spoiled. I'll do this when we're done. Okay? We'll talk about
Okay.
leaks for like 5-ish minutes. So leaks begin now. So
So took any good leaks.
the last boss has been, well, all of the bosses seems to have been leaked, but I think
Yeah.
the last one is the most interesting one because
Right?
it's
We
apparently
We should
What?
say what they all are.
okay.
Say
What,
all.
what are they all? There's
It starts with chaos. It's
Chaos.
supposed to be the first one. And this was reported way back when, so people
Yeah.
kind of just
I did not believe this initially. But
No,
yeah.
of course not. Why would you,
Yeah,
right? And
right.
then I said, okay,
Yeah.
chaos is the first fight. You had chaos listed as the first fight, and then it is Midgard Zormer as the second fight.
Yeah.
Very weird.
Omega as the third fight,
Mm-hmm.
and
Very
the fourth fight as Adam and Eve,
There you go.
an original new primal.
Yes.
Or
sorely needed.
It's new
by
for
some
14.
Now that gets me fucking excited.
yeah,
Because
big
that-
time.
Omega for me has been but now you're telling me, oh, Omega's not the final boss and we got an original thing
Yeah.
called Adam and Eve?
Uh-huh.
Does that mean
Yeah.
the story might
And
be
what-
a little more interesting than we thought.
What makes
Yeah.
me even more excited is this game sorely lacking on raids with more than one boss. So having,
Yeah.
if there's potentially a 2-boss fight, that could be awesome.
I wouldn't get super excited. Don't forget about Chardonnay is also.
Oh yeah,
Yes,
you're
I'm
right.
super excited.
I'm not even did downplay it. I'm just gonna say
Don't,
I wouldn't-
yeah, this might.
we don't even know if it's real. Technically, we don't even know if it's
We don't know
real.
if it's
Yeah. I don't mean. Very
It fits
weird.
in with these themes, though.
It does.
It does.
It
Very
does.
weird.
So
And
Very
I'm
weird.
pretty sure. And so, what really kind of convinced me personally was the fact that if I was gonna say chaos would be in a fight, there would be 0% chance I would have put it as the first fight of the tier.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
there's
he was
no way
at the end.
Mm-hmm.
Right,
one,
it'd be
wasn't
like second, like third or last, you know.
Mm.
So that's kind of what gave me credence to it.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
That's
right.
a weird pick too. Chaos. I think it's fitting though once you think about it, because it's like you wouldn't want to take anything from 7 and just blow it on Omega. That'd be really fucking lame.
Yeah.
Same
Right.
thing. You
Yeah.
don't want to blow anything from 8. would
Especially
be
when you can't
also
do a
really
full
lame.
tier on it, because that was
Yeah.
we discussed that before. It's like Omega has to be a fight,
Yeah.
so therefore
Omega
you
has
have
to be
3
fun.
fights, and
Right.
which they're gonna basically be shafting a certain Final Fantasy game, whichever one they decided to pick, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Chaos fits the Alpha theme, the Genesis theme, because he's from the first game.
Yeah.
Omega fits because he's the one doing all of this.
Yeah.
Midgard Summer?
So Midgard Storm is going to turn on
What the
us?
hell's that all about?
But he's like he
Well,
died basically, right?
Yeah.
No, he just drained his
Dormant.
power.
He went
Oh
to
wait,
sleep,
Omega
yeah.
might have just created him
Ex-
again.
I was
so
just gonna
I
say
mean,
that.
that's
Yeah,
what he
might have
does.
just- it
'Cause
could
that's
just
what
be.
he-
He could look totally different. He
Yeah.
could be like a Midgard Zormer from a different Final Fantasy game,
Yeah.
right?
That's
Yeah.
true.
Do you
Like,
think
it's
it's gonna
totally
be like the dungeon he was in, where he's
Yeah,
like
I
has the
love
kind
Keeper
of
of the
pulses?
Lake Savage.
Like,
yeah.
I hope not.
but like he'll look like he did from Keeper of the Lake. I'm saying like, or he'll just be on the edge and you'll just see his neck. Type thing.
Yeah.
No,
That's likely. It'll
He's
probably be
the-
like Neo X Dash.
huge Midgard Summer flying around, and you have to use Berthas to get him down.
Yeah.
Bertha's.
Hey.
Yeah, the cannon.
Okay.
So Adam and Eve, which I still think is a very odd choice, but
Yeah.
I mean,
Hmm.
I'm excited, especially with them saying it's going to be story related too, or story heavy. So like,
yeah.
Yeah.
that's fucking cool.
So Adam and Eve, are
Definitely.
they supposed to be the first Warriors of Light?
Potentially.
Possible. I don't. Yeah, I mean, they
This
could really
game
do
is
anything
so
with it, right?
Japanese. I love it.
It
Yeah.
is.
Right. Okay.
No,
So
well, no, don't.
okay. No.
It's a little bit off topic, but it's part of the same leak.
Okay.
The guy also said that Blue Mage
Oh yeah. Fuck. There was
is
the
within
blue
the
mage.
game and has like 1,000 needles, bad breath,
Do you know what that made it
primal
sound like?
abilities.
And yeah,
What?
Primal.
Makes it sound like a DPS.
Makes it sound a bit
It
like
does.
a DPS, but also makes me actually believe it less. 'Cause
I know,
that's
that kind
a
of-
lot
yeah.
information,
Mm.
but
We have to
maybe-
remember we can't like all of these leaks aren't necessarily
Absolutely
correct.
Yeah.
So these
I mean,
are
it's
still
just the
leaks.
same guy
Yeah.
apparently. But
Yeah.
I take it with a grain of
Also,
salt.
what you could do is, if you knew Chaos was in it, make the rest up just to, and then people are like, oh, he was.
Yeah.
Didn't he also say there was going to be 2 new races or something? Wasn't that
That's
part of it?
bad, Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
two
Every
new
time they say
races.
just-
That'd be
I mean,
cool.
they need to fire this guy.
No shit, huh?
What if he just like some random QA guy, like
What if
living
he's-
in Texas or something?
What if he's someone's kid?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just spies on his dad's
my
laptop
dad
or
works
whatever.
at Square Enix?
He's the living embodiment of my dad works at Square Enix.
Yeah. So
uh,
yeah, there's a lot of. I mean, we can't really discuss all these leaks because we can't confirm them.
There's
But
nothing there.
those are the highlights. I
yeah,
guess.
those are the highlights of the very infamous leaks. The only thing I am inclined to believe in are the AlphaScape ones because they seem to be
Yeah.
so far.
Yeah.
Chaos has already been confirmed, which was already in the leak, which is why this
Yeah.
has gained credence.
We see
if only the
Midgard's
trailer was
armor-
out.
Right.
Yeah.
If we see Midgard's armor or what looks to be a fight against Omega, then I'm probably gonna.
Yeah, yeah,
Roll Blue Mage.
Yeah, if he's right, then like 2 new races, dude.
yeah.
That would be sweet.
3 jobs, he said too.
3 jobs, 2 races. I mean, that is
God,
that's
yeah, 2 new humans with animal
Ooh.
heads.
that is
Yeah,
like
I know, right?
that is
Ooh,
Bunny
heaven's
people and
that is yeah.
dog people.
That's like
That's gonna
Heaven's
feel-
Sword +1. Like that's a better
Yeah,
Heaven's Sword,
right?
basically.
I would
So
be super stoked.
yeah.
I totally talked about that too when I was like, well, maybe now that they've experimented with just doing 2 DPS and 3 DPSs and then kind of manage the workload better, maybe we'll get 3 in the next one.
Yeah. Those
So-
leaks make me more hyped than the live letter. That's true.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah.
Oh, definitely.
And seeing as this is from someone who has been correct in the past, this is a credible source. So
Let's reach out to them.
Come on the podcast.
I mean, we already
Yeah.
have what he leaked. So what's the point
Let's
then?
get personal leaks.
leak something for us live
Personal.
on the
Let's
podcast.
dox him. Let's dox
Yeah.
him. Okay. On
Are we
the
done
topic
with
of the
leaks?
last conversation
Oh,
about the
are we
leaks.
gonna-
No.
okay, so okay.
What races do you think we'll get then? If there's 2.
Vieira.
Yeah.
It's gonna be
40.
Vieira.
Vieira?
Yeah.
And I think they'll just say who cares about lore and do Garlean.
That is
Vieira
the
and
ultimate
Garlean.
cop-out. Ultimate cop-out.
That'd be so boring.
That
It would be
would
so
be
boring,
so
but it wouldn't
boring.
surprise me.
Unless they like made some like unique looking animations for them and
Dude,
all
if
that.
they make like an actual real new race that's not a human with ears,
I'm race
I
changing.
will be incredibly happy and give them all the credit ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If it is true, it's gonna be 2 races. What I think it's actually gonna be Vieira, and then when you pick Hura, there's gonna be a 3rd clan you can pick. That's
That's
Ah.
what Garlean.
No,
that's-
that kind of makes sense.
that's
yeah.
that's what I'm thinking it might be.
I would like them to make a second
Garlean
small race, but not one that's creepy.
That's
And then-
Tactics
difficult.
Moogles. Tactics
Moogles.
Moogles.
Like, Moogles, yeah, Moogles would be fine. Because I quite like small races, but not Lalithal.
Yeah. Okay, so let's move on. So I'll do this.
Okay, that's
You can. Hello,
I'm
welcome
doing-
back. We're done talking about the leaks. So they moved on then from, because they started by showing chaos in Omega, and then they were like, oh, we couldn't finish the trailer.
Right.
But there won't be any major job changes with this patch because they already sort of did that with 4.3. But Black Mage and Samurai are getting buffed, so as Red Mage. So look forward
any
to that.
guesses what it might be? What the buffs are?
I mean,
Damage.
To make them.
more
Not-
damage, hopefully, yeah.
I mean, they just need to
Those-
give Sam utility, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the only guess I would have for Red Mage is that they remove. I said this on the other stream, but that they remove the damage from core and displacement and just roll it into other skills or something. Because that is kind of
Oh, I
because you
see.
do lose it on DPS when you're like, and you can't always use it, sort of. So
I suppose.
I
Actually,
mean,
yeah.
you can use it and you can reset it.
I know, but I'm saying that like there are times you don't want to displace, you know.
I have a feeling. So, I mean, if they're doing Red Mage, they need to basically make it do more damage. Because
Yeah.
as it is right now, it's you bring Red Mage for prog until you don't need Resis anymore, and then you never touch it again.
Yeah.
Because you can bring anything else, and anything else is better.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I wouldn't
So
expect
they have to
anything
have to-
major though.
Yeah.
They could buff Black Mage by giving it res, and then they can just get rid of Red Mage.
That's true. Actually, Black Mage. I think it is probably just time to give Black Mage a res at this
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Because, oh god,
But
someone's
Black Mage
having that
identity,
forever, it's
Mela?
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we can raise them as undead.
Mm.
It's a void raise. That's all you need to say.
Yeah, yeah,
Just- yeah, exactly.
For
Loot your character.
Yeah.
Afterwards.
Yeah, you have to Fantasia afterwards. It forces you to log out and Fantasia.
okay, so for Paladins, Passage of Arms will take effect immediately now instead of
Right.
waiting for the animation to
Wow.
play out.
Slightly less useless.
Yeah. But there are more changes, but they will be covered more in depth later. I'm assuming.
I hope they take back the paladin nerfs from before and actually just add
You
some
just want a
damage back
paladin
in.
gap closer, okay? I
Yeah.
know.
Well, I mean, I do, yes,
I
but I'm not
know.
expecting that. I just want to not be garbage damage anymore because they nerfed us to oblivion.
Yeah. In more entertaining news, the new Eureka is called Pyros.
Yeah, I heard that. Yeah,
So we are
fiery.
fire. That's the
the
volcano.
volcano.
Yeah. So adjustments will now continue to be made to Pegos, and the logo system used in Pyros, as mentioned in the previous live letter, lets jobs play different roles. So, you know, with melee playing tank, whatever. I guess also melee playing healer playing DPS. I don't know, stuff. I guess that's what this means.
I guess the biggest question is why.
This sounds like something that should have
Soloing?
been Eureka in the first place.
Yeah, it does, kind of, because soloing is still pretty tough in Pegos.
Pegos is even harder than Animals was, really.
Yeah. The mobs hit way harder in Pegos.
I'm interested to see that system, though. That sounds like really cool and experimental, at least a little bit. So.
Yeah.
It just doesn't really make sense in a game where you can switch jobs anytime you want.
But you can't.
I mean,
you can't really do it when you're in the field. You have to go back
It's
to the
true,
camp.
But it's like
still
it
weird.
lets you be a jack of all trades.
Yeah.
in Eureka, at least, which is.
I mean, it's
You
okay.
don't even know if you can switch this out in the wild. You know, we don't even know how that works.
I don't know how. I would assume you have like some sort of like similar to the wheel almost, that you just spin it and it'll just set it to whatever like role you want. And then maybe you surely you must get a new set of skills when you switch to a healer, for instance. You can't
I highly doubt that.
How do you heal then?
I think they're gonna
a
design
melee
new
healer,
skills.
dude.
If a monk is suddenly going to become a healer, how the hell is that going to work?
I mean, they haven't said that that's gonna work. They've both times they've talked about it, they've said melee DPS becoming tanks. That's what
Let's
they've said.
jobs play different roles. There are only 3 roles in this game.
Yeah, but I'm thinking. I don't really. Do you think you're gonna be like, okay, I'm gonna be a Dark Knight healer now? That's clearly not gonna.
Yeah,
be a
why
thing.
not?
You have to run up to your friends and start hitting.
What if you're
life
like in a
back into
party full of Dark Knights and you're like, oh, well, we might need a healer. So, Yas, you're going to be
Then-
healer. And you're like, okay, I'll switch. Click.
I'm gonna.
And Yaz is like,
reserve
nope,
an
I'm a
absolute
Dark
hope
Knight
on that
and I will
one,
only
but-
tank.
What I think it's going to be is that like
I mean, we'll see when
Yeah.
it comes out.
you get like 3 groups of skills or whatever, and it's like this is the DPS set. You just press these, they're OGCDs, and you hit them whatever for extra damage.
Yeah.
Here's a tank set, just increases enmity. Just
Mhm.
weave them into your combos or
If
whatever.
they're like a PvP bonus skills or whatever, that would make sense.
Yeah.
They're not gonna
it-
design like a bunch of new skills for us.
Yeah. Well, we'll
And-
see.
and then
Maybe you just
you-
get like a cure and a res.
Yeah.
Sure, that would make more sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gonna be good for red mages then.
But yeah, Black Mage can't have
Yeah,
res.
well, yeah.
That's my identity.
They still don't let them.
We're also getting a new crafted tier. Now we have to talk about the dungeon gear for
You mean the one from the new Heavenswood gear?
the burn, because that is reskinned dungeon drop gear from what did it drop from?
Belistar's Wall.
It was from
Belstar's Wall.
and Somalhard.
It's
like the
the
gas masks and
Alamegan.
stuff?
Yeah,
Yes.
the gas masks and stuff. Yeah. So the
Oh.
worst set they've ever made, they've decided to use.
You don't like that set?
It is.
What do you mean I don't like that set?
It's.
I like it.
I thought it was okay back in 3.5, Rollo. I don't know why they're bringing it back for 4.4.
But it's viable this time or something.
Yeah, not that it really matters. It's just dungeon gear. It's just you're gonna grow out of that gear, or you probably won't even need it if you play the game.
Yeah.
But the, I mean, the item level for the gear is probably gonna be lower than the current. Oh well, what's the tombstone gear? Isn't
It'll
it
be
usually
below
like 5
Mendacity.
below the
Or it'll be- yeah,
Yeah, it's usually like 5 below. It's just not as good as the previous tombstone gear.
unupgraded usually.
Yeah,
Unupgraded,
yeah.
They're mostly for like glams and
Which
Are
is
they?
why it's so
Are they, though?
weird. It is old gear that you can get from a different dungeon.
Well, it's for, I said glams and alts. So
Yeah. I mean, it's dyeable. So if you ever wanted to dye that gas mask, sure, it is there. I just wanted to point that
I
out.
mean,
That's
the
a,
other roles get decent ones, like the beret and like jacket ones are okay, but
uh-huh.
the pointy hat gas mask weird.
you don't like it? It
face,
looks cool.
It
Yeah.
does not look cool, right?
Yeah.
I like it. It's kind of silly, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I like fun melee. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I don't. You know this.
Yeah.
It's
I mean-
a serious MMO.
Yeah.
I know you're English, God.
Okay, anyways, it's just trash gear anyway. So, but I just wanted to point that out. That if you were one of those that looked for like some Scala esque gear, you're not getting it in this patch.
Scala Still some of the best.
Scala's,
looking
yeah,
dungeon gear.
Scholar was amazing.
some of the best looking dungeon gear in the game.
It'd be funny
Dies
if
nice
this was
too.
like
Ugh.
if this was from competition as well, and they just didn't realize that someone had plagiarized their work.
Yeah. Okay. So back to Pyros again. Because the weapon in Pyros, the Pyros weapon substat will require balances that doesn't intersect with raid weapons, but the sub parameters will be able to go beyond max in Eureka only.
I'm sorry.
That sounds kind of hard on
Uh-huh.
ears, but
It makes
Uh-huh.
sense to me.
yeah, it's just it'll have
so-
special effects in Eureka.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's just like Eureka.
It becomes enhanced in
I
Eureka.
don't know
Yeah.
if I like that.
I think
I
you
mean,
should say
as
that
long
way,
as
with
it-
the way the relics are now.
I mean, it'll be like relics are today. You know, you'll still be just below the raid weapons, but
Yeah,
in Eureka it'll actually be better than the raid weapons because you're
that's
in Eureka.
weird.
I mean, that's a nice compromise, I think, because we know we can't have the relic be higher than the raids because the raids will die. People will go for the relic instead. But this
maybe
is a
not.
nice
Maybe
no one will
incentive.
go
Not
for
with
the
Eureka,
relic.
they probably wouldn't.
Yeah, no one
That's
will
my
go
next
for
point. It would have been a nice incentive if people did Eureka. If Eureka was an attractive place to be. It's not, though. What's the point when you've actually got the relic? What are you going to stick around in Eureka for?
I feel like it actually makes
And
sense.
maybe the community.
Honestly. Like it's like the weapon has been so segmented from the rest of the game
Yeah.
that it would make sense that you wouldn't even get a benefit in the actual game at this point. I don't
Yeah.
like that honestly makes sense.
They just want to forget about it.
Design. Yeah, with the design of Eureka, it's just useless except for glamour.
I'm pretty sure, I have a feeling that Eureka will end with Stormblood. I don't know if we're going to see
I'm sure,
Eureka
yeah.
post
I think it's going to
5.0.
continue.
We might see a Eureka-like system for the relics. They might keep that concept, but it's not going to be called Eureka. It's not about Eureka's it's been tainted a bit.
It's kind of like Diadem. It's just
Yeah.
people just don't want to hear it anymore.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
It's partly because it's forced for every single step. I wouldn't mind it if Animus was one step and then the second step was farming dungeons or something.
Right.
Yeah, I agree.
It's sad.
What?
It's sad because I defended Eureka back in the next. Oh, I hate the dungeon thing. I would prefer that over this.
I would
Oh, I
give
think
anything
everyone
for
would,
the
right?
dungeons right
Yeah.
now.
Yeah, I would. I just want to spam Garuda normal for light now. in
Yeah,
comparison.
yeah,
That's good. I'm fine with that again.
yeah. Anyways.
I tried telling you guys. I tried warning you. You didn't listen.
So they also showed because we're getting a new rank, and they showed that we're getting a new uniform. It is.
Well, no, that wasn't a uniform.
Wasn't
that
it?
That was just a diamond tank set
Was it?
from
mean-
Omega.
Do we have a picture of it?
What? No, that was very clearly
It was
No,
the-
it was
the
the
one with
immortal. Are you
flames on.
thinking about the right picture now, Rollo?
Yeah, the picture with
It-
like the dude, the player characters on the left side.
Wearing
And he has-
an Immortal Flames uniform.
No,
Yeah.
Yeah.
the player character has the little cape from the diamond set.
What are you on about? There was a picture
I'm.
with the
Do you have the
squadrons.
picture?
Let's
Yeah.
get the picture up. We need the
Okay,
picture.
Get,
I need
get
to
the
open.
picture.
I mean, I
Hold
have
on,
the full
everyone.
Tank diamond set, so
It's not it's not that. It is
It is-
definitely it's because it's got the high neck and it's got the raincoat thing
So-
part with the white trim. Like, okay, let's find it. This is professional podcast, everyone. I hope you're enjoying
Diamond set right now,
my
too.
scrolling. You're watching Speakers of Eidolon, covering the live letter. Did I even get it? Oh, here it is. I think you were looking at the wrong person in that picture, Rollo. Here it is.
Okay, are you putting it on stream?
It is. No, I can't show it on stream. Actually, I don't have it
okay.
loaded up. But I'll show it for you.
Okay. Well, I'll.
The diamond set is on the left side, but the
Yeah, the
uniform
one
is
on
on
the
the right.
Oh, that's what you got excited for?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's the captain uniform. It's got the
Yeah.
white. Look at the left side. That's the highest rank for Immortal Flames, and the right side is Immortal Flames captain. It's got a completely new
I
color
can
set.
finally
That looks
roleplay.
boring. No.
It's
no,
a
that's really
uniform,
good.
Rollo. Jesus Christ.
But the last set was really cool for the Grand Company. It didn't look like the other stuff. It just looks like the normal Grand Company uniform, but they had a different color.
Wasn't that for
black.
hunts?
No, the.
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah.
Oh yeah, that one.
But you only got like
Yeah.
2 bits of. That one was annoying because you only got like the.
I didn't
chest
like
and
that
the
one
head
because
piece.
I didn't like it because it's not. It didn't feel like it was a canon uniform because I've never seen any
No.
other Grand Company person wear it. This one looks like it's actually this. I think I've seen NPCs wear this, and I've been like,
Yeah.
I need this one.
That
I feel like it's too subtle.
looks.
It
really
is subtle,
lame.
but it is a different
like
color
it.
scheme, and that's just for Immortal Flames.
Because the Immortal Flames one normally is like this horrible,
Yeah.
dirty.
Looks like it's
Oh,
made of
yeah.
like hemp and shit.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like from the old ages.
Now you can look
But,
fancy too,
But now it can
Flames.
look really good.
Yeah.
No, the other set was cooler for all the Grand Companies.
Totally agree.
I don't agree. The
It's-
Maelstrom one, I never liked it.
I would agree for the Maelstrom one was cool.
They were
And
all
the
cool.
Adder
The
one
twin
was
adders.
cool.
The
The,
adders,
the
Jack.
Adders one is
Immortal
good.
Flames one was not good.
I don't
That
think the Maelstrom one looks like they just hired this new hip designer. Like, I'm gonna refresh
Just
the
It's
Maelstrom.
Like a pirate's code. It's
Open
cool.
up that jacket. Let's just pop it. It's like, oh god, please, that's
You're
not
a
Maelstrom.
fashionista, That's why.
Vogue.
God.
God damn it! I just like it the traditional canon uniforms. Thank you.
But you already have those. Just
No,
make
we
them
don't.
nice.
We didn't
Well,
have the
you-
higher rank ones. Now we
but
do.
it's- I don't want that.
I
It
still
has
still
stuff
want the
story.
one that I hope that maybe that's the one we're getting with we haven't seen the Maelstrom one. What's the name of the right hand for the Maelstrom dude that's always with
Oh, Jesus.
I don't.
Bless Vincent.
because he's got an extra belt, Rollo, and it's white.
It's an
I-
extra
yeah,
belt,
but-
Rollo.
It
Mhm.
doesn't look cool to me.
Mm.
They.
Yeah, well,
Mm.
maybe you just
Well,
don't
I
know
mean,
what cool is.
here's why, Rollo. It's because you suck.
Mm.
Got him.
I don't understand how you're more excited for this set.
I
than
didn't
the
say I
last
was
set.
that excited. We were
Okay.
trying to figure out which uniform we were talking about. You were talking about the fucking diamond.
Well, I didn't notice it because it looks so generic. It doesn't look that much different.
Okay.
And I was like, oh, but the guy on the left is the diamond tank set. I wasn't wrong about that.
That is correct, but that was
So,
not the point of
yeah.
the picture, is what I'm saying. Right. Where were we? Okay, so they talked about how they were buffing squadrons as well to make it easier to catch up now. So if you haven't
Yeah.
touched your squadrons, 4.4 will make it easier for you to level them up and catch up.
They still take a few weeks to get up there, so
Yeah.
maybe do them now just in case if you haven't.
Yeah. They talked about the server-side saving of config data as being a little scary, because if it gets corrupted, you're basically fucked. But they have thought about that, so your client will save a backup on your computer. So if there's a corruption on the server, it'll just go, oh, this doesn't work, and it'll discard the corrupted one and take the local one instead, and then upload that. Yes. So that's...
You know what I think about this? Is that this should really be for Chinese and Korean players. That should be pushed out to them because they play a lot at net cafes.
I'm pretty
That's
sure that's
true.
why
That's
they did it.
true.
That's the when he said
God,
talked
can you
about
imagine?
what?
You imagine having to redo your UI every
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Every time you go to play the game, you have to spend because you have to rent game
That's
time.
my PC.
I mean,
That's
you
where
can
my
just-
save data is.
You can bring it on the thumb drive. Just call
Oh,
it
yeah.
slides.
Yeah. But he did say that when he mentioned this the first time because of people on net cafes. That's why it's not because it's convenient for everyone. It's because of the people going to the net cafes.
Well, no, it's also convenient for us because I actually just recently lost mine. 'cause
I know
didn't
it is
install
convenient for
Windows.
us. It is a nightmare. Like if you're like doing cleanup in your documents folder and you're like, did I just delete that folder?
It'll probably work between alts too.
Yeah. It'll be available on PC first. That's rare. A feature for PC only first. That's okay. So PS4, you are getting it at some point, but not yet. They also added an alarm.
See, this, in my opinion, is the most overlooked but awesome feature
Yeah, I know.
in this patch because for things like gathering nodes, you can alt tab and then beep beep beep. Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm really happy about that.
I fully agree. Like, I hope you can set them to loop. I hope it's basically just XIV clock.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what I
kind
wanted.
of what I
Yeah.
want.
He also said that you can use it for like raid scheduling. So there's like a calendar, perhaps, part of this, but they didn't go into it at all.
I feel like they would have talked about that. If that
But
was,
he
like,
did
FC
say raid
Tigers being a
scheduling.
thing.
He did say raid scheduling.
Guys, everyone set your alarm for 3 hours 50 minutes right
and
now.
and the
Okay.
alarm you can choose either Eorzean time or real life time. So there are two
So it
different
is
modes.
Legit, just for nodes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
But he
Node
didn't mention
wise-
node by a word. He only talked about raid stuff. So I don't know what that means. It's a weird thing to call it an alarm. I would have called it like a scheduler if that's what he's trying to. Or maybe it's just so
an
basic
alarm?
that they were like, we have to, or alarm. Yeah.
Should have called it alarms.
That's. I don't know if I can use it now. It's not canon. Yeah, it says you can set an alarm for your static schedule.
Do you think it will do the sort of default Guardian Castrum alarm sound?
Why would it make that for us?
Is that just like a geese sound they make or something?
It's not, maybe. Could be. Who knows?
It's
Someone with a geese, please confirm.
Yeah, gasping.
okay.
Oh, that was the best episode.
They also showed off Susaku, which is
Bird City.
the next part of the Four Lords trials, called
this
Hell's
is the
Kier, and so
Second
it's
of 4?
it's funny because there's a transformation moment, and it's like really epic. And all that happens is literally, it's a phoenix, as you probably could tell. It goes into this fireball and it like screams, and then it comes out and it's wearing a dress. That's the only change.
And it's wearing a maid outfit.
Yeah, it's like a
And-
fucking maid outfit. So that
And the
happens.
dress has boob sockets.
It looks
This
so
bird-
much cooler before it.
Has boobs.
That's
Yeah, it
anatomically incorrect. Birds don't have boobs. They're not mammals.
Birds
don't
got
get it.
Well,
hands.
I have eaten breast before.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you've
So you
eaten
took
breast.
a
They also showed the arena, which is a circular arena, but also the fact that
Fascinating.
you can apparently fall off. Wow,
wow.
because he said
but, by the way, you could fall off in chaos too.
yes, he showed
So
that.
there's another first tier fight where fucking pugs can fall off.
Yeah.
I
And-
like to have
That
fun
was-
slipping off.
The best thing about the arena was it had 4 dead birds on the floor.
yeah.
And you instantly knew at some point they'll come alive. And he's like, I wonder what will happen with those. Oh, they came alive.
Baby's coming.
Yeah, private cups, please. Yes, you ate private
Sorry,
cups.
I am so sorry. I'm
Yeah,
so sorry.
you ate a private cup.
It's singular.
They also showed us something that looks amazing. The shifting altars. I wrote shifting canals. Shifting altars of Uznair.
It looks way better than any of the other nonsense they've done.
Yeah.
This is way more true to gambling. Than
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
original, and
get
I
your
love it
gambling
so
fix
much.
here.
And
Hell
this
yeah,
this
dude.
looks fun, and there's like no like Rollo said, there's like no pressure on selecting the right door. Everything you can't do
All
anything
random.
about the
Yeah.
outcome here.
Mhm.
You get what, like I think you get 5 spins each run.
Yeah.
A max. And then
max
like
spin.
some of them can make you fall out the arena early.
The Atomos
Some
one
give-
will
The Thomas one seems to fall you out. The 1, 3, and red gems, I guess, are rewards. I think it's like bronze, silver, and gold chest.
yeah. So that's
Yeah.
a small win for one. Where's the other one?
The medium is
the,
green.
3 is the green.
The
and then
green
red
is
one's
medium.
The best one.
Yeah, red is the best one, and then
Red is
don't
pure
really-
win.
the
But I'm so glad I
orange.
didn't spoil it either. Yeah, the exclamation mark surprise one.
Yes.
I wanted
What does
to-
that
I'm so glad they didn't tell us what that is because I'm
Yeah.
really excited to find out.
There's
Also-
also
Everyone
an
does Eureka.
there's also an Abraham.
Yeah.
What's his actual name? We've memed him up as
Uh,
Abraham, but I can't remember.
He's honest Abe, whatever.
Yeah, honest
Abe,
Abe. There are
What are
two.
you talking about?
The
Abraham.
Elephant.
the
The
elephant dude. The gray ones.
Abraham.
Abraham.
You know who we mean.
Oh, Abramahu.
Yeah. Honest
yeah,
Abe.
Abraham.
Honest
Every
Abe.
time you spin, an Atomos will appear on the. So there will be more and more Atomos
Yeah.
as you spin. So the chance of being kicked out gets higher and higher. So there's, sounds like a lot of fun.
Sort
And
of,
What?
it seems like it doesn't reward you for going further in it at any point.
Well, you could win multiple rewards.
yeah, you can. Yeah.
I guess, yeah.
Like the longer you go, you could win 5.
Are we going to get
from-
5 golden prizes on the first go? Of course we are.
Yeah.
I'm glad it's not like the Thieves map stuff where it's like it's
Correct,
just kind of the same but with 3 exits
Exactly,
and then
yeah.
some
So with
hot
5
again.
exits.
I do have one potential issue with it though, and I'm wondering if it's gonna be really short.
It looks like
It's gonna be
is.
quick.
It's
Yeah.
right, like because normally you can go into like Lost Canals and it can last you like a half an hour sometimes.
Yeah.
If you go really far
Well-
in. Well, maybe not half an hour, but you know what I mean. It's
They-
a substantial amount. Of
They
time.
mentioned that mobs can spawn at random in here, even like when you're not spinning the wheel.
Wait, what?
Uh,
Why?
I don't know. Maybe like the golden Namasu and stuff like that give you rewards. Maybe.
That's what I assumed the exclamation mark was for. So the Abrahams are for Abraham, and the exclamation is for the special mobs. That's
Yeah,
what I
but-
assumed it would be.
I don't know.
Well, apparently the Abrahams, as you guys like to call it, they don't drop any treasure.
What?
That's
What?
like your zero prize. That's like your neutral prize.
Well, that's rubbish.
Oh,
That's
okay.
You know, it's
Well,
like your
I mean, it
spin, like, you
makes
didn't get
sense,
kicked out.
actually.
You didn't get
Yeah.
kicked out, but you didn't win a prize.
Yeah, it
You know
makes
what I
sense
mean?
because you have like
That's fine.
there. Yeah,
Man,
because
this
the
is
other one's
tough,
a
then.
prize. What was I saying? I forgot. Oh yeah,
anyone
we probably
notice-
should mention that when you land on one of the prize things, there's a mob that spawns that you have to kill
Yeah.
to get the prize.
Right.
So there's still battle involved in
Did you
this.
notice that they were all called Allegan something?
Was that true?
Mm.
Oh.
It was like Allegan and Chimera and Allegan something or other.
Oh,
Wow.
interesting.
But maybe that changes in our version. I don't know.
Maybe.
Oh, I guess we should also say it's a 50-50 shot which one you get into.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So
Stupid. I don't like
work
that.
the
I want to be
same.
confused.
Yeah, it's not specific.
Well,
maps,
I mean
it's
that's a
50-50 shot.
nice because we said it might be short. So
Yeah.
this way there's like a balance. You know, oh we got the normal one. Well, we'll do that. Maybe we'll get the roulette next time.
Did anyone notice whether or not he got tomestones for opening the
He
thing?
did get tomestones,
That's alright then. That's
but I can't
fine.
remember
Did
how
you see the
many.
animation for when you get the Atomos? It's like really.
Oh, yeah.
like,
Yeah,
and,
that
like,
one's really
intense.
cool.
And he
Yeah,
gets sucked out his
yeah.
mouth.
yeah.
It's really like fancy over the top. I like it.
Okay, we have to move on. FanFest. They showed some FanFest items, or the FanFest items off. They showed the
Very
bike,
cool.
which
Very
scales
cool.
with your size, and it plays the Final Fantasy VII music, and it's not a remake or anything. It's the Final Fantasy VII music.
Crazy motorcycle chase.
Can I address one thing?
Address
These
it.
aren't FanFest items.
Well, I mean, they are. They're being
don't know why people keep
introduced as FanFest items.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but they're-
you
you
get them
don't
for
have-
free
you
if
get
you
the-
go for the FanFest.
Yeah.
Sure, but it's just Mog Station items. They're not
Yeah.
FanFest.
Well,
items.
we
You
just-
just buy them. You
FanFest
don't go
items.
buy. You don't have to do anything to get them. It's not
No.
like, it's not like they're gonna go away after the FanFest ends or anything.
No.
like that, you know,
That's true. That's a shame. I think they
they're
should.
just Mog Station items. That's all they are.
Yeah.
Is it confirmed they won't disappear afterwards now?
No idea. But we don't know when they come out for sale. If they come out for sale after the FanFest, or how
they
are they
said
going
they come out? They said at the end. They
Okay.
come
Yeah.
out individually with the FanFest. It's like each one.
Yeah.
The minions.
So at least there's that. So they are introduced by FanFest through FanFest. So North America gets the Tifa minion, Europe gets
Whoa,
Cloud,
big titty.
and Japan gets Aerith. So
They looked really good in the game.
they do. Yeah, it looks
Yeah.
like it's like the battle models from the PS1. They
Yeah.
almost look better. I think they look better. I don't think they're
They
actually
should
the
be
PS1 ones.
The
'Cause-
Lego models instead. That'd be
Yeah,
better.
with the
The-
big blocky hands.
yeah. Okay, so the next big thing is the mannequins, which we had
Ooh, yeah.
like was so confusing when they explained it the first time. They cleared it up in the live letter. Basically, they are faceless NPCs that you can
Yeah.
pose, and put clothes on. Now, initially they had tried to just make them look like static NPCs, but it just looked so creepy. They had to remove their faces.
To be
Um,
honest, I found it creepy when they moved when you changed the pose.
yeah, that was creepy. So basically you put gear in the slots, and it's got its own UI.
Yeah.
And you can opt in if you want to sell the gear, and you can either sell them individually.
Mhm.
So the way it works is you take a retainer. When you place a mannequin, you have to select a retainer that will handle the sales from that mannequin.
Mhm.
When you then put gear in, you can either choose to sell it as single items. That means they will just show up on the market board as usual. But if you want to sell the whole set as like a set, that you'll force them to have to buy the whole set. I don't know how this is going to show up on the market board. That's the
I hope
thing.
it doesn't.
It will, because it will tell you where you have to go to purchase it, because you have to purchase it in person at that point.
Yeah.
So how is that going to work on the market board?
Well, I'm
It'll
not sure
send you
about
your
the market
address.
board, but I think this is a really cool idea in that I can sell things a lot cheaper
Mm-hmm.
than other people. They have to do that extra step, but it's much easier for like, because if it doesn't show up on the market board, no one can compete with me.
Right.
I can set up a party finder and say the latest raid tier HQ items come to my house,
Mm-hmm.
great prices.
Yeah.
People will come, they'll buy what they want, you know, and it'll look cool.
Yeah.
And I can ensure a pretty good sale, good prices for people, and you don't have to deal with the undercutting and stuff in the market. So I really like the look of this.
Yeah.
It works out how I want it to.
Well, it does still say that it's attached to your retainer.
It is attached to your retainer, but
Yeah.
someone has to handle the sales. Someone has to. The money has to go in somewhere. So
So it's probably still in some form running through the market board, right?
That's the point, yeah. Because they did say that if you sell them individually, they will show up like normal. Like they will just be pieces on the market board. But you can still. This is an important note. You can still buy it off the actual mannequin, even if you're selling them individually. But the person
It's
who's
kind of like the retainers that stand in your front yard.
yeah.
It's like you can buy it from them
Yeah.
if you want,
Yeah.
but it's also on the market board.
Yeah. If you sell them as a set, and again, we have no real clarification on what, how this works, but apparently you'll still appear on the market board if you're selling it as a set, but it'll give you the address to the house where it's being sold.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It's like Craigslist. Hey, come to my
Yeah,
house.
it kinda
I'll,
is.
buy my clothes I have on this mannequin.
So I'm wondering if there's going to be a new tab for outfits.
Maybe.
Because otherwise it'll be a mess. Because if I'm looking for a shirt and I find a shirt that's really cheap, and I click it and it'll be like, sorry dude, you have to go to this house to buy the whole set, which includes a tanga and
For a billion gil.
a billion gil. Yeah. I would
I'm so
assume
excited to just rip everyone off with a full
Yeah.
crafting set. Just gonna craft full craft set and be like, it's 15 mil, bitch.
yeah.
Full crafting set, but have it for like 10 gil, but then have a really rubbish ring for 25 million.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
buy it all.
But you have to buy the full set.
Yeah, but this is a great. I can't wait to see how this is going to be used by the community, because I'm assuming we're going to see like clothing shops appear.
I would love to see like boutiques and stuff.
Yeah, where people sell like where you know that there's a bargain. People will be like, if you go there, you can actually get the crafting set cheaper than you will on the market board. Stuff like that is
like
exciting. I hope
glamour
that's
freaks.
yeah.
So
And sell them.
this is a personal request from me to everyone watching out there. If you guys make a boutique on a server, tell me.
Yeah.
So I can go on that server and I can go window shopping in your boutique.
He won't buy anything though. Don't worry.
I won't buy anything.
You won't
and
get any
can
money
ask-
from Rollo.
I want you to ask me for help though, like multiple times. Like, see anything you like?
Oh, so you're like a role-playing help. Okay, I
Yeah,
see. Okay.
That's what I'm gonna say no, and I'm gonna look around for a minute. I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
No, I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm just looking.
Yeah,
So-
I'm broke.
I've already explained to last night. I explained I'm making Lukiel's boutique. It's gonna be we're gonna sell underwear, and it's just gonna be Mikote Catboys as far as the eye can see. So come down to Lukiel's boutique.
One Ellison in the 1.0 underwear.
Okay, fine. I'll give it. Okay. In honor of Yas, there will be one Ellison in the 1.0 underwear. If you can spot him in the millions of Catboys, you'll win.
You get a gill off.
Yeah, you get a gill off.
There's just in maximum of 5 mannequins per stage.
Oh God.
So me personally, actually, one thing I would like about this, and it looks unconfirmed yet, but I would like to be able to put them outside. Personally,
That's true. I think it's
Because
said indoor, but I'm not sure.
I
if
lock
it-
my house.
Currently, it's only indoors. It seems because he
I
only
lock my
demoed them
house.
inside.
Yeah,
But
but they're adding in lock picking minigame.
Oh, okay, cool.
oh
cool.
yeah,
Skyrim,
right,
Skyrim style.
right.
Skyrim style, yeah.
Yeah.
But with loads of server latency.
Yeah. We're also getting the option to toggle your roleplay status for your house. So that's another nice way to indicate whether or not you're selling mannequin gear, like gear on your like gear. If you're a gear seller.
Let's also just say that the mannequins have an option to only display.
Yes,
case
they
you're
also have
worried
that.
about
If you
it,
don't
it's
want to
not
sell
just a
anything, yeah, you can have them just for decoration.
Like
So yeah, Mannequins, cool. We've been wanting this for a while, and I'm surprised that they did it. They did more than we actually requested. So because all we really wanted was a display mannequin just to show off our gear, but now we can actually sell stuff on it too.
Yeah.
Are the tags you've put in the show notes all confirmed ones? Because they're really cool.
Yes. So there's roleplay, aquarium, restaurant, event, escape game, stage, museum, tavern, shop, mannequin shop, etc.
I am making an aquarium, guys.
Yeah, you can do that now.
Okay, sorry, Ruby.
I'm so sorry. Ruby's barking at me. I don't know what's going on.
Aquariums are possible now that they lifted the limit for aquariums.
Yeah, I'm going to have loads of them. Guys, if you want to see rare fish of Eorzea,
catch the fish and bring them to me.
yeah, catch the fish, bring them to me.
No, it's like Animal Crossing. You got to donate to the museum.
Yeah.
I would be the owl guy.
Catch the fish, craft the aquarium, and come see Mela. And just hand it over.
Yeah, that's on Ragnarok.
And every 10 people that comes in, they get 1 gil off on Lakil's boutique. So wow.
It's a loyalty card as well. 10
the 4 stamps.
Okay, let's talk about the new gate, which also surprised me a little bit.
Cool.
It is
deface a mural.
Let's
a mural, ancient statue.
Yeah. Let's deface some old priceless relics. It's a jump puzzle, but there's more. It's almost like a platformer because there are collectibles that you can, or collectibles. There are items that you have to collect to get MGP.
You have to sit down and craft them.
They seem to range from bronze, silver, and gold. Whatever we want to call them. They're like gold saucer. Isn't it just the cactuar? The cactuar dude. Like looks like a trophy.
Tender.
Yeah, so it seems like you can do two possible tactics, maybe even 3. Like either just get all the trophies, not necessarily even try to get to the top, or both, or just try to get to the top because you'll get MGP regardless if you make it to the top.
Do we know if you fail but collect the collectibles,
you still get the MGP?
You still
really?
keep them? Okay, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
I thought you wouldn't because it was only 10 minutes, and it's
only 10 minutes. Yeah,
it wasn't too high to get to the exit, but when he fell down the first time and you could see him die, he died quite a lot.
Yeah.
I thought, you know what,
his soul left his body.
A very recent event.
Yeah.
Remember that happened to you, Lakil?
No, I can't remember.
For the secret techniques from the
event?
No.
I actually I was on the top many times, so.
Okay, all right.
I basically live there.
Yeah, so.
Yeah, he was there when it came down after.
Oh yeah.
I just jumped up there in the last minute before it disappeared. Actually, I just I guess I'll just jump up there and watch it disappear.
That's cool. Did anyone do that?
Yeah,
that's actually a really cool idea.
They just fell the whole.
Oh, that's awesome.
It just vanishes.
Yeah, loads of videos on that. Right. The one thing I was wondering about is, are they private instances? Because
it looks
with those trophies and stuff, it would be pretty messy. Like if there's 144 people doing that jumping puzzle with you.
Oh god, please!
How are you going to
make you compete over them?
Yeah. I mean, it would be nice if it was private, but
I have a feeling it's going to be like your collectibles are still your own collectibles, but it's probably going to be with other people, I would assume.
Right.
I think it's going to be instanced with one person.
We'll see. I mean, it's cool if it's only one person. You should have your own little instance.
Is it really a gate then, though?
Yeah, because
right, it's not really
golden active time event or whatever it stands for. What's the G?
Oh yeah, they did say the gold saucer, of course.
What? G stands for 2 words.
Yeah.
It's a Gasate, please.
Gasate.
Maybe it's hyphenated.
G-Sate.
Or gold active time event.
Guys, what does the G stand for?
Godbert active time event. There you go. Solved it.
We did it.
Right. So that's. Oh, there's also multiple patterns, so it changes. So it's not a
Really?
static
Oh.
thing.
Nice.
Okay,
So
that's
it'll change it up
Just
for
brilliant.
you. Yeah.
Oh, you gotta idle in the gold saucer till it pops.
Yeah.
because-
Yeah.
Well, it'll probably follow the same rules as the other ones.
Yeah.
Every
and it'll
15
pop at a
minutes.
certain 15
Every-
minutes.
Well, yeah, but it'll be there for a while.
Anyway, the wind blows.
Yeah.
followed by
It's
that.
fun, just burst and roll its bubble so hard.
Okay. So that was the live letter, but it doesn't end there, Aorcians, because
Oh.
there was a Q&A as well.
Oh, happy.
What?
Oh, maybe.
There was a Q&A, and it is the weirdest.
Christ, Reveal.
It's weird. What?
Well, it's like 75 pages of this.
There are 75 pages of this, which is why I am trying to rush us through this. Right. There was. Oh, fuck. You're right. There's so many.
It's a lot, yeah.
Didn't mark off the ones I
Why
wanted.
did we talk so much about?
Because that's what we do. Okay. Right. I'm gonna. You know what? I'm just
You
gonna.
can skip the first question.
Just burn all the paper.
The second one is about housing UI and about.
A
Skip
question
the
that
third
devs
question.
work on housing UI. I'd like a button where I can remove the multiple furniture placement instead of doing so one by one. Is it possible? Please and thank you. Yoshida says, we looked into it, and though the priority is at the bottom, we aren't sure whether we gave up on this. So we need to
aren't
check
sure
on the
we
task
gave up on
list.
it?
See
I don't
what we can
remember.
do.
I can't remember if anyone gives a shit. Does anyone give a shit?
It's at the bottom of the list. Actually, we might have just given up. That's a Yoshi P answer if there ever was one. Regarding the calendar link feature for Companion app. Oh. It was available from the start, but the bugs that came with it were terrible, so they removed it for now. And they are planning to work extensively to get it working. I didn't even know that was a thing.
Please just put a calendar in the game.
Just delete the just stop
delete
the app.
the app. Yeah,
We
just
don't need it, Yoshi P. It's
take it out
fine.
of its misery.
Yeah. We wanted it in 2013. Time has passed since then. The world has become a worse place. Oh wow! The earliest implementation for the Companion App's premium feature will be coming Wednesday, if everything is going smooth, which it probably won't. So expect that on Friday.
The direct debit, so it's fine.
I'm not going to read all the Companion App stuff.
Is it possible for the companion app?
Is it possible to visit the land that gave birth to Steropies? Yoshida says, we get to actually do that back in 1.0, but we're no longer there, and I don't think we can do so anymore in the future. This is a oddly
Steropies.
translated...
What the hell is therapy?
Don't know.
Is that?
Oh yeah, here we go.
Oh, it's...
Listen to this. What is
It's
it?
a
Who is
fake
Steropies? Oh.
It's a fake boss.
Oh,
The Cyclops.
Oh. Coin counter?
It's basically coin counter.
Mm.
It's in Curtis Central.
Are they referencing?
Eyes have it.
Are they
Oh.
referencing the way back when they were talking about the Gigas race? Remember that?
Is that what it is?
is that a thing?
Well, no, that's might be what the person asking the question is. Because
No, no.
remember before they had Shiva Plan and everything, they were like, "There's a Gigas, a race of Gigas in the north."
Oh, yes.
East race of Gig. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And then it got scrapped.
Do you think that
Yeah.
would be the other playable race? Gigas.
Oh hell yeah!
Yeah.
I want point counter.
Imagine the armor sets.
I want
My
just
name-
the cloth.
So
My Gigas name will be Gigas Biggest.
we have to move on. We have to move on.
Gigas.
Can we release the patch much earlier? I'd like to take my holidays earlier. Listen to this response from Yoshi P. The
Yeah,
patch date
same.
was actually decided 1 year before.
What?
However, depending on disasters, the patch date may be delayed or changed, but otherwise it has been decided way beforehand, so we're actually developing our content based on the schedule given. The reason behind is because other versions like China and Korea also had their patch schedules lined up beforehand, and we're aligning our releases with them. Therefore, while it's possible that we can release it earlier, we do not want any unforeseen circumstances to end up betraying expectations in the end. What a sentence. So we're doing all this 3 weeks before the patch's release.
Why did they answer this question?
I don't know.
They
That
gave
was-
away a lot of information.
They did.
I like the next one. Why Ellison's sprint animation look like they're being desperate?
Yeah, that's why you said desperate.
This question is popular amongst our staff members as well, but the person who did the motion for Ellison no longer work with us anymore, so we don't have the answer for it. Lol. However, in the listen. However, in the future, we have plans to redo the animation.
Unfortunately, it's at the bottom of our priority list.
Yeah, we might have given up on it, but it's
worse. Then I'll be not happy though. Just letting you
I
know
hope it's
that
like
ahead
with
of time.
both hands in the air. It's like,
I like the Ellisons for an animation.
I hope to get the Aura male animation too, because that fucking big gate looks so stupid.
and the that female Cure one, whichever, like the.
Oh god, the
yeah.
That's what the Ellison one's gonna be like.
Okay, I'm gonna skip all the translated stuff. I'm gonna go to the bullet points part. Adding more friend slots is completely possible and they can do it immediately, but the dev team feels hesitated to do so because each person is massively different in terms of the friends they have in their list.
What does that mean?
They will look into it though.
I think they mean like certain people have no friends.
What,
right.
Some people have. So like the people who are asking for it are not necessarily like it's not that they need the average number to go up. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So you're saying that people who have 0 out of 200 will suddenly feel really sad when it says 0 out of 400?
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Why are you pointing at me?
I didn't point at you. I don't know what
No.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Is it possible to have a max of 5 friends registered in one day increased to at least 7? They have to be careful about implementing this due to the packet size issues, though they didn't specify a specific number, which in this case 7. But they want to confirm how far they can go beforehand. So, okay, so I saw this one. A lot of confusion arose from this. I think apparently you can only add 5 friends per day.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
I didn't even know that was a limitation.
So, I mean, do you add
Just
more than
wait
5
today.
friends in a day? That's a...
Well, what if you wanted to like? So what if you were like in the PF and you're like got a group of people and you're like, oh sweet, I want to
Right.
do content with you guys again. Let's add all of you to my friends list. But you'd only be able to add 5 of the 7.
Yeah, and why are they asking for 7 and not 8? Well, 7 would make sense, yeah,
for
because
that
you don't
reason.
add yourself. Right. Sure. They said they can do that, but packets, as usual. For some reason, friend requests, that's very intensive on packets.
Okay.
I want a glamour design contest. We'd like to adjust and obtain some empty spaces here, so we cannot immediately begin the contest. But since we're conducting contests based on role here, I'm not gonna finish reading that one. That's so broken. Whatever, dude. Contest. Do it. I want triple triad cards to be obtainable through card battles. I don't want it to be drops. I agree.
They are obtainable through card
No,
battles.
they mean like they do in triple triad.
Like
Well,
you
then
just take
steal
the
their
card.
cards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yoshida says, I
Okay.
apologize that we've made it this way because we'd like you to have fun with various other contents, so we see it that way, so we can't change the specifics of this feature, but we are thinking of a feature that allows you to feel satisfied and accomplished. As a card collector, here, so we hope for your understanding on this matter.
Okay.
So
I mean,
basically,
it's not that
shut
bad,
up.
'cause you can get them to play the game.
Yeah. This is really interesting, and it ties into what we're going to talk about in the post-show, so this is very good. We've talked about language before. Ancient Ellison language once appeared in the game before, that's 1.0, I think. But is there any language that is used differently at different countries? Are the Eorzean alphabet used as a common language for communication? The answer is, the second lore book will have more info on this and will describe the languages used in different countries. So please purchase it and you'll find out. He didn't answer the question, but whatever.
Yeah,
Give me money. Give me
Yeah,
money and I'll give you the answer.
Right, I think the rest, is there anything like worth
It seems that Alphascape Savage is day 1.
Yeah. But
That's
they
the
did
same
that
as
last
normal,
time,
isn't
didn't they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's sometimes you
It's a
never
bit
really
messy.
know.
Right.
Yeah, sometimes they don't, and sometimes they do. So
I know it says that we're supposed to talk about the Rising event. Yas hasn't done it,
You loser.
so we'll read Mogmail instead. We haven't read Mogmail.
we didn't have time.
We don't
for the
have
Rising. That's
time.
all it was.
Mark man.
He was
Okay.
really busy, guys.
Yeah.
So busy. It's
Really
just so
busy.
busy.
Yeah.
Thinking about
yeah.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Whoa. Don't betray him.
Let's just go straight into Mogmail.
You're
so
not
here-
getting mail.
Oh yeah, fuck. We have to talk about the ugly cloud here that they added too.
I never saw it.
It looks like Sora to me.
It looks like Sora.
It's Cloud's hair,
It-
but
It looks unfortunate
Someone-
in game.
it's one of those things where it's like Cloud's hair looks fine in a PS1 game.
Yeah.
Does it? Do you still think
But-
it looks good back then? I don't know if
I
I mean,
think
the
it
art
looks
style
fine.
sort of
Whoa, whoa,
excuses
whoa.
the hair.
Yeah.
Wait,
It-
so it's not like the CGI Advent Children sort of hair?
Oh,
No,
it
it
is.
is.
It
Like
is.
the FF7?
No. It is the Advent
one
Children hair.
Bright orange.
No. It is definitely the Advent Children hair, but it looks awful. It won't be available to everyone because apparently it's a prize for the art design
Thank God.
contest.
So-
That's pretty crazy giving something that exclusive out.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's strange.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. So the first mail is coming in from Rivalian from Diabolos. He even gave me the pronunciation there. Hey guys, listen to the show on my drive to/from work every week after it's out. Keep up the good work. Having said that, though, and wanting to keep tuning in for the foreseeable future, what do the 5.0 announcements need for each of you to get something you want from the game that it currently doesn't feature, and to keep you around into 6.0? I've played most major MMO releases since 2000, spent 7 years in 11, and been in 14 since 2.0, and really curious to hear your thoughts. Thanks, Rev.
It's a good
Wow,
question.
that's a good
Really
question. Yeah, very on topic too for this episode.
I mean,
Go first.
for me,
Yeah, go on.
what it needs to add is like horizontal systems.
Mm.
So additional things that you go into and build up in.
Yeah, explain
rather than
explain to our viewers and listeners what is horizontal progression. Yeah.
It's kind of like Eureka in a way, as in you're level 70, but then you jump in here and you now progress in there separately to the main levels.
Mm-hmm.
But obviously not bad, like Eureka.
Right.
It would be nice to have maybe an update to Fates, so there's like overworld content,
Uh-huh.
like a revamp of that, because that doesn't really reward anything.
Right.
Schedule for patches and what they include, and also the leveling content needs to change drastically.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about, if we get primals at 73 and 77 and 80,
Yeah.
it's going to be we know we're going to be in for another expansion of the same thing.
Yeah. I mean
I don't know what else.
that's I mean, as long as you get some of that, you'd be happy. Rollo?
Yeah. Okay. I obviously want the usual stuff: new jobs, new races,
Mhm.
areas, but all that's good. A necessity at this point for me, maybe you guys might agree, is I want to be able to use my full rotations in low-level dungeons. Just give me the stat squish or something.
Reach.
Yeah.
Because right now, going Halatali at level 70, it's pretty bad.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. And it's also bad for while you're leveling too, because you're just pressing one or two buttons.
Yeah.
And I get you got to learn how to play.
Mm-hmm.
It's fine, but just pressing one or two buttons, I don't want that. I don't want that when I'm at level 80.
Right.
So
Right.
like, I want to do my full rotation and all pieces of content. Like,
Mhm.
just
Yeah.
make me do less potency. Whatever.
Yeah, you shouldn't have to
Um,
adjust what job you're playing because you're like, oh well, if I go in as this job, I'm going to be incredibly bored. So
Yeah.
I have
Yeah.
to play some other job that actually has skills at that level. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm not gonna want to go into a roulette and then have the chance of getting like Tamterra or something.
Right.
And then you
And
have
with
2 buttons on Ninja
Yeah.
or something.
Yeah.
Right.
and it's because these classes the classes aren't made to be played like that anymore, especially with all the changes and like they're removing skills too from lower levels and putting them at higher levels too. So it's fucking up even more at lower levels, and it's just it fucking sucks.
Yeah.
Second, I want something to do that is not exactly progression, that's not gearing, and that's not like I want sort of endless side content.
Horizontal progression.
Horizontal progression without actually so more more true casual content maybe like that. Yeah.
I guess the last thing is I don't want to see repeats. I don't want to see like Camila said, I don't want to see the trials at the same levels. I don't want to see like just rehash. I don't want to see Deep Dungeon again, or I can see it again, but I don't want to see it exactly the same.
Right.
I like Heaven on High, but it's not that much different. Yeah, in a big empty room.
Yeah, right.
That's my big thing, I guess.
Right. Yes.
I mean, I agree with both of them pretty much. I mean, I don't really want horizontal progression all that much, to be honest, but I would like less repeating content. But my main thing is I just want them to stop shitting all over the players. It's like the thing that's pushing me out of the game the most is just, log station garbage and companion app garbage and not actually listening to players' opinions at all. That's honestly that's the part that's
yeah. I of course I agree with everything you guys have said. I hope they do more overworld stuff because I feel like as we've progressed, we've become more and more a lobby game. We're barely in Eorzea anymore. We're just standing either in our garden or in Limsa, and then we just teleport to where we need to go. Not teleporting, we're using the duty finder to get into the stuff we need to do. And I kind of want to not do that. That is fine as well. It's convenient for stuff like you have to do, like your dailies and stuff. You don't want to run to the opening of a dungeon to do the dungeon. Don't do that again. But like I feel like they could add some horizontal progression stuff in the open world. Also, tomestones, I'm starting to get a little tired of tomestones. I'm not saying to remove it, but maybe something else. I don't know what it is though. That's the problem. I don't know how you would replace it. But it's just we've done tomes since A Realm Reborn, and I think
the good part of tomestones is that you're guaranteed to progress at a certain pace, and you're always going to eventually get everything you need. But I feel like there should be ways of getting the same gear just through the content. Yeah, like
I got a solution for you guys. It's called Savage Raiding.
Well,
but you get the same item level from different content.
Yeah, but that's raiding, and that's for the 1%. Raiding isn't a very popular thing in 14. That's what we're saying. Don't. Yeah, but like it's a low percentage. It's
it's not that I don't want to raid, Jazz. It's that
sometimes you just don't want to raid.
To find people who are competent.
Yeah, but also sometimes you just want to do something else. You just want to do something that doesn't require you to be like fucking screaming in a mic with 7 other people to kill a boss.
Then you can't expect.
No, that's what I'm saying. Add something else to the game that those people that maybe doesn't give you a weapon. Maybe it doesn't give us glamour. I don't know what the fuck to put in.
Well, I know I'm talking about tomestones specifically.
Yeah, I know.
You can't really.
I'm not a programmer. I don't know how to fix this problem
without putting in a lot of effort, and then therefore you're basically getting raid gear anyways, right?
Yeah.
Here's one more thing I'll say. This is kind of a fantasy. I don't think it will happen, but I would say give me flavors for jobs. I'm not asking for skill trees. I want to stress that.
Yeah.
I do not like skill trees.
Yeah.
I'm not asking for that. But like, if you gave like 3 toolkits for every job that was just a little different, was like, hey, with this toolkit, Dragoons focus more on the jumps or something, or I don't know.
Like specs.
That sounds like gear sets to me.
Or
gear
sets, I guess. But it's like
which is horizontal progression. Yeah. So I mean that follows.
That also counts horizontal progression.
Different sets, like progressing to different sets that are on the same level.
Yeah.
I do
was
like the
thinking-
idea.
I was thinking more of just like straight up, just you pick these
Yeah.
skills and that's kind of it.
Kind of
Yeah.
like a working version of the roll action system.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to focus his dots on a black mage.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
something-
can see that. Yeah.
I
Give me
mean,
some weird stuff like that.
again, about the open world stuff, a lot of it could have been put into Eureka. I still don't understand why they're not using Eureka like they should with like dailies. They could put again leaves. We talked about it before. They could have revamped some sort of Eureka leave system. They could have. There's so much they could have done, and they've only put fates in there. I don't just maybe I don't fucking know. Revamp the leave system too. I guess that could also be horizontal progression. If you made them good, and hard, they could make like in one. Here we go. So 1.0 again. In 1.0, you had like difficulty ratings, and the star system went really high up. I think you could have like 8-star difficulty, and that would be, in 1.0 terms, the closest you would get to like a raid boss in the overworld. You would need like people to help you in that if it was a level 50 fate with an 8-star rating or 10. Can't remember how far it went. Crazy high. That could have been interesting.
What I want in 5.0.
What?
I want a bestiary, and I want archaeology for lore.
I want a 3D bestiary. I want to be able to rotate the character like the model.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Look here, zoom in.
You're going to zoom in on Siren. You're going to zoom in on Siren and sit and stare on that every day, Mela. I know you.
Hey, it keeps me playing till 6.0.
God damn it. Okay. We can squeeze in another one. This one's from Dursel Blint from Odin. Hi speakers, with the recent release of Eureka Pagos and how it has been received by the community with an abundance of criticism, how do you all keep faith in the developers of 14? Recently, I've been noticing more and more use of recycled gear sets, just simply recolored and reused, content that does not live up to expectations, and what seems like a complete disconnect from the community. It almost seems as if the golden days of A Realm Reborn, and to a similar degree Heavensward, are well behind us. So
I have a quick, easy answer for that one.
Go ahead.
How do I keep faith in the developers of 14? I don't right now. I just don't have faith in them right now.
I have faith because this is such a recent thing. So I talked about this. Did I talk about this on air? Maybe it was yesterday, probably. That this situation that we're in right now started with 4.3. Like before that, yeah, sure, we had some, it was still the same. It felt samey, but at least we were content with what we were getting. 4.3 stretched the whole thing out. Even the live letter is offbeat. Like they couldn't even get the trailer in time. Like things.
It's reminding me a lot of 3.1.
Yeah, it does, and that's exactly the parallel we pulled yesterday as well. But 3.1, rather the wait for 3.1, and then the 3.1 bombshell that was pretty much the worst patch ever. So I think someone asked yesterday, is this as bad as that time? And we'll have to wait and see, because if 4.4 is good, then at the very best it's almost like 3.1 because there was a bad patch and there was a drought, but at least there was a good patch following it.
I mean, I can definitely say for me it's worse. I don't know why.
It is because the wait is
worse.
I was playing during 3.1 still. Or 3.0 and 3.1. I was playing the whole time. I didn't stop playing.
But remember, this is happening in reverse order. Like with 3.0, we got a good patch, and we had good content to at least hold us over until 3.1.
We did have a full expansion.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
But here we are starting on the wrong end. We get a shit patch, and then there's a long, dragged out wait for content. So if 4.4 is bad, we might have a problem. But if it is good, it'll at the very best be just like 3.1 in my opinion, at least, because we're just experiencing it in the wrong order. We started with the worst, and maybe there's a good thing at the other end. I still have faith in the devs. Go ahead, Mala.
I have faith in them to continue delivering content at a predictable pace with reasonably predictable content of a predictable quality.
Yeah.
It's just that I don't know whether I can continue at that same pace and sort of know what's coming. I like to be surprised every now and then.
You don't like the 2 Mog Station items, then patch, then 2 Mog Station items, then
Yeah,
patch?
I don't want to, because some people are like, they know what's coming, and you read it, and you're like, okay, that's what they say is coming, and then patch the live letter day comes like, this is what's happening, and it's exactly what has already been predicted,
Mm-hmm.
and it's, you know, the primals always at the same levels, the quest line following the same path. Basically, it's just for the story at this point.
Now, to be fair, the only so you're saying you were talking about the predictable leveling experience of Stormblood to Heavensward, but that was just 4.0 and 3.0.
Well, I think the patch cycle
Patches
has
have been
been
very
identical.
similar.
Like, we got the same content on the same patches still.
No, that's true, but that's a schedule
These
that they've
tribes,
already.
same, Heaven
Yeah.
on High, the same. It's all.
I think the main
Yeah.
problem here is that they've already set the schedule, just like you said. Like the schedule for Stormblood was done like a year before it came out. Like the patch dates were already nailed.
And yet stuff is still late.
So even if they realize that the community is like, oh, this patch cycle sucks, they're like, well, we're fucked because this is the patch cycle that we've set down. So they probably cannot change it for Stormblood. But that gives me hope for 5.0. And if the leaks are anything to go by, we are in for a magnificent expansion. Right? So,
but oh my god, how can we cling on to leaks?
It's a little sad that we're clinging on to leaks for like excitement, but
they just can't provide it to us for some reason because they want to wait for FanFest. But I understand that because they want to save that gunpowder for FanFest because that's their.
It's going to be a potentially amazing FanFest for me. 5.0 is a real turning point. It's sort of like after 5.0, I'll know whether or not they're going to mix things up or not. And that's probably going to continue for the rest of the game's life if they don't.
Yeah.
I mean, I agree with you. I think 5.0 is kind of like as long as 5.0 is a great expansion. If it's a bad expansion, I might just duck out. To be entirely honest, you know what I mean. But I think 5.0 will be.
Yeah,
their expansions have been good most of the times.
Yeah,
like we haven't had a bad, like an actual, in my opinion, a truly bad expansion yet. So
no,
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, that's right. I think this a whole expansion has been mediocre, and here I think a lot of the response from the community is based on the fact that we've been kind of lucky with our game because 14 has always been. Remember, we used to brag about how often we got updates. Like when A Realm Reborn came out, like WoW got patches every like 3 months. No, not 3 months. Like every 6 months. And we were like, oh, here we go. It's like, oh, it's been 2 months. Time for a patch. Like we've sort of been spoiled in that sense. And it seems like Square Enix is slowly pushing the brake on 14. Remember, they asked if we wanted a new MMO. I think they're like trying to check if it's time to throw away 14 and make another one. And that Stormblood is sort of the test. I feel like we're in a test, and I've said this before many times. Stormblood feels like an experiment. Like how far can we push, like drag out the content? How little can we provide in a patch before people get angry?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's absurd. Like looking back, like at A Realm Reborn, which obviously they had to provide a lot of content because the game was being reborn. They had to show off how good the game was. They might have shot themselves in the foot a bit because it made the community sort of, now we expect a lot of content with each patch. And when they try to scale back, we're going to be angry because that's not what we want.
I mean,
then they make it worse by making Eureka, which is bad content. And now we have, like, they've scaled back and we get content we don't want to run. That's a problem.
Well, don't forget, we also can look at it as the fact that each patch is costing us all about $45. You know, if you want to play through the whole time, if you keep a sub up, they're $45 a patch.
Yeah,
you know what I mean.
Yeah.
3 months worth of sub.
So you should be getting about 20 hours out of it, like a normal.
It's not
game.
like the most crazy thing to expect, you know.
Yeah.
And if that's all 14 million players paying that.
Yeah, 14 million. Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. I don't know. I've been through this train. I've been on this train before. it usually ends up nice. It ends up good. It's always a good. It's always a good station at the end of that tunnel. It's at least that's how it's been with this game. So that's what I'm gonna.
I've never stopped playing before. I've never really stopped playing that much before.
Well, I mean, you're gonna have to. 3.0 to 3.1 was the first time I didn't pay my sub for a month. That's the only break. That's the only lapse of my sub I've ever had.
I've never had one, but I debated not paying for it this time. This
maybe this is your Lukiel burnout moment.
It could be.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just waiting for, like, regardless when raids come out, I'm gonna be stoked. At least 3 times a week for raid nights. But...
Yeah. And then FanFest will just decide it, won't it?
Yeah.
Pretty much. Yeah, for sure.
So to those of you listening that are worried about the game, it's easier to be doom and gloomy than looking forward. So remember that. There's
don't be in the dark timeline or the light timeline. Be in the neutral timeline.
14 has been through like dark days before, and they've always pulled through. There's no reason to think that things aren't going to get better in the future.
And don't watch those videos that are like, it's 14 dead.
Don't watch that.
Don't
relax. Play the game. Play with your friends. If you like 14 right now, just play it. That's the best way to support the game, I guess. Just
when you're sitting there and all hope is gone, and it's November, whenever FanFest is, and the lights dim.
Yeah.
And that
that feeling.
And you get frisson all over your body.
Yeah.
And they go, first new race, Vieira.
Yeah.
And then everyone goes silent, and second new race. And then they go, 5th new job, and you just can't believe yourself. And you fall them back in your chair, you're dribbling everywhere. You'll be in heaven.
Yeah. Also, we're removing jump. Thank you for tuning in to Speakers of Idleland episode 108. Remember to follow us on Twitter at SpeakersXIV, twitch.tv/SpeakersOfIdleland, youtube.com/SpeakersXIV. If you want to join our Discord server, that's !Discord in chat to have Roderick post the link in chat, and
send us Mogmail!
SpeakersXIV.com/Mogmail. Stay tuned for the post show where we will be talking about some Gelmoran stuff, because Secrets of a Realm might have uncovered something very important that might fill an important hole in Gelmoran history. So stay tuned for that. We'll be back in a little bit. Thank you for watching.
Wheel of Doom and the thing.
No, we don't have to pull the dungeon because there's only one dungeon we can get, and it's very it's fitting. It's Saint Mosian's Arboretum. And the Wheel of Doom. Sorry, I can't believe I forgot the Wheel of Doom. I keep forgetting the Wheel of Doom. Here we go. Let's spin it.
We're going to be in Stormblood Dungeon for a while now, huh?
That's true. I'm okay with that, though.
Yeah.
Oh, that's very
close.
Oh my
god, what? We have to do both, no HUD and no
GCDs. No OGCDs, okay. That's slightly more punishing than last time because it's a higher level dungeon. Okay, let's meet again in 5 minutes if you're watching live for the post show. Until then, may ever walk in the ladder of crystal.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Eat some clams.
Bye.